there are many matches in the arm wrestling community that we haven't seen yet, and some of which we actually have seen yet, but for some reasons, due to the change in the health of athletes, or maybe somebody gained a lot during that period, those are the matches that we would like to see once again. So these are the matches that I call dream matches. I'm quite sure you must have many of the dream matches that you haven't seen yet. The same with me. So in this video, we are going to discuss those dream matches and can they come true. With the East versus West and King of the Table scenario, I think it is possible. We may get to see those dream matches. So let's start discussing them one by one. I'll let some of the viewers join. And 5 viewers, 7 likes. Thank you very much. Snake90410. Hello, brother. Denis Troya. Sup, bro? What's up, brother? Alright, man. So if you start watching this live stream after it has ended, please switch over to 1.5x speed to save your time. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, my first dream match that you must have seen in the thumbnail, John Brzenk versus Denis Tsyplenkov rematch. Ideally, a dream match should be what we haven't seen yet, something which is new to the whole arm wrestling community. But it doesn't hurt if we discuss a few of the rematches as well, because lot has changed since then. When John Brzenk defeated Denis Tsyplenkov, he was around in his mid 40s, I think, or even before that, and Denis Tsyplenkov was new into the game. He was already dominant, but not enough dominant to beat John Brzenk. And right now, John Brzenk is 57, 58 years old, and Denis Tsyplenkov is not what he used to be. I think if this match happens with a weight cap, then it is going to be really, really interesting. Weight cap does not mean John Brzenk's weight right now, but weight cap to limit Denis Tsyplenkov's abilities. Because even now, I believe if Denis is allowed to peak, he is going to go up to 130, 135 kilos easily, and he may beat John Brzenk. But if this match happens, say, at a weight cap of 120 kilos, then suddenly it becomes a lot more interesting. Please mention your thoughts about this potential dream match. And who would you favor in this match, and who would you want to win this match, and who do you think is going to win this match? That is going to be interesting. And maybe out of these dream matches, King of the Table 5, King of the Table 6, East versus West 5, maybe they get some ideas. So please be thoughtful before you mention any of the names. Like the names, the matches should be close and exciting to the viewers, and don't be surprised, my friend, if you may end up seeing them in the future. Jungwon Lee, long time no see, brother. Hey Pradeep, I think it is very reasonable to think that Denis is top 10 right now based on his assumed level, even though he hasn't proven it yet. What do you think? I don't think Denis is top 10 right-handed. Left-handed, I definitely think he is, because David Dadikian just defeated Dmitry Zoloev, who I believe can be around the top 5 mark in the world. Definitely 100% top 10 in the world left-handed, even though he's only about 110 kilos. And Denis Tsyplenkov in practice pulls, he usually controls David Dadikian easily. It is not like he's pinning him with ease. He loses his wrist slightly, but he never gets pinned. He holds him there till David gets tired and then brings him back and pins him. David to me is somewhere that 5 to 10 range, closer to number 5 in the world, I would say. And Denis is controlling him. So left-handed, yes, for sure. Right-handed, I don't think so. Lagia mentioned the same thing. Left-handed 10,000%. He can absorb David's hit at sparring. Yes, correct. I would love to know your thoughts about this match. I think Denis is still too strong for John. Yes, I too think that. That is why I said 120 kilos weight cap. Because Denis is someone who needs that higher weight to peak, to be in great strength, shape. And 120 kilos may not be enough for him. I think Denis is okay. Hello, my friend Alpha Kangal. Welcome, brother. GB19, John versus Tsyplenkov 2015 would have been great. No, brother, I don't think so. Tsyplenkov would have been way too much for John in 2015. He was way too much in 2010 as well, I think. Denis is 130 kilos. That is a scary. Denis is very, very near to making a comeback. It is just his doctors are not cleaning him to compete. clearing him to compete. Pradeep, under 19. Okay, at weight limit 120 kg, nobody can beat Brzenk. Man, Alpha, I don't want to say anything about this statement because it does not make any sense to me. Denis' best ever weight was 134 kilos. Nope, 144 kilos. So now he can't get back to that weight now. Silva Jones, it was 146 kilos, I think. Do you have any idea on Tsyplenkov comeback timeline? No, actually, King of the Table, Core Sports sent us an email about 5-6 months ago that Denis Tsyplenkov will be making a comeback at King of the Table. I don't know what happened to that King of the Table comeback, but I would say it is still possible towards the end of this year or maybe in the beginning of next year. It is just up to his doctors to clear him. And they are not clearing him, and Denis is very strictly listening to whatever his doctors are telling him. It won't be a dream match for John. He's got nothing to gain from a match with Denis. That is right. Money. He's got money to gain. Yesterday they modified the chat for nothing. Who? What are we talking about? Perdo, we are talking about dream matches. What are the matches that you would like to see? Please mention. So a few of the matches that I have written down, I can say my dream matches. So John Brzenk versus Denis. Please you mention your dream matches as well in the comment section. John Brzenk versus Alexey Voevoda. John needed that rematch. We saw Voevoda was training, continuously posting arm wrestling training videos on his Instagram. So he was approached by people to compete against John Brzenk and possibly some other opponents as well, and he said that he is not interested in professional competition, maybe in amateur competition. It looks like he has gone natural and vegan. He's off steroids, if he ever was on steroids. I cannot claim anything. So he's focusing more towards the natural side and he isn't interested in the professional competition anymore. And I would like to say, you might think I'm crazy, how can this be a dream match? But John Brzenk versus Larry Wheels left-handed super match. What do you think about it? John Brzenk versus Michael Todd left-handed. Devon versus Denis left-handed rematch right now without any weight cap. Now that can be interesting. RVJ versus Engin Terzi. If there is no weight cap and RVJ can get to 100 kilos, I know Engin has a much better portfolio in arm wrestling. He's like untouchable in terms of accomplishments. RVJ is nowhere near. But for some reason, I am having a hard time believing that a 90 kg Engin can beat a 100 kg RVJ. But with the 95 kg weight cap, I would love to see this match. And then we have RVJ versus Sasho rematch. If RVJ believes that he can take some revenge in his rematch, maybe that match will be interesting as well. Engin versus Zoloev. That has happened many times, but I don't think in a super match format. So their super match needs to happen. And these are the matches that I noted down. Please mention. Hermes versus Dave, King of the Table, 5 September. So they've already announced it or something? Then I need to make a video ASAP. What's up, Pradeep? Happy Wednesday. Simon A. Thank you, brother. Barjinder Singh Hoti is saying, my dream match is Pradeep versus Isa. That's great. What if John weight is 130 in his prime? I think he would be dominant. 130 is still, I would say, a little bit less to deal with Levan. John at 140, then he would have beaten Levan in my opinion. Hello Pradeep, good for him. Hi Pradeep, if today John Brzenk versus Denis Tsyplenkov have a match, who would you think, irrespective of left and right? John versus Denis, left, there is absolutely no question, Sagar. There is absolutely no question, Denis. And right also, if there is no weight cap, I would say Denis. And this is what the discussion is about. Right also, I would go with Denis if there is no weight cap. At 120 kg weight cap, that could be interesting in my opinion. I love Zoloev. Liliev pulling again, okay. Dani. If Travis come back in shape, top 3. Alex E is a joke at this time, okay. And guys, if you are not able to comment, it is because you may not have subscribed to my channel. I've enabled subscriber only chat in this one. Rishi Panchal, Denis is way too much for John even now. A vegan Russian is a joke. Maybe this is a bit weird, but Denis versus Hermes left-handed. Yes. No, this is not weird, Lagia. Now that could be interesting. Maybe, just maybe, still Denis Tsyplenkov, because Denis is not just a strength athlete. he had a great endurance as well. Great endurance. Great match. I would like to see that. Right, I don't think it is close. Hermes is way too much for Denis. You think Engin could beat RVJ? This is what I am asking you guys. Don't repeat my questions back to me. Please answer them. It would be amazing. I was waiting for Voevoda to come back and you saw. Yes. I made a few videos about it, but apparently Voevoda is not interested in professional competition. He's interested in drug-free competition. Yeah, I agree. John Brzenk versus Todd Hutchings would be the best match after Levan and Devon. Eric Spoto Levan in what? Bench press? Eric Spoto all day. Not even close. I wish Alexey would come back in his 2004 form, but he's too comfortable now and he made too much money. Voevoda was caught taking PEDs. Was he? 2004 Alexey crushes everyone. I wouldn't say so. Oleg Zok versus Vrez Dragon. No. JMC C86. Yeah, brother. I can see why you are saying this, but that match is not close. There are levels between these two. Oleg Zok is way too much even now. Nope. My wife is asking if I have had my dinner. No. Not enough time. Take all PEDs. They all take PEDs. Okay. Take all PEDs. What do you think about Alex Hermes? In one of the video I asked while ending the video that if I get invited to bottom 8, should I get on the pancake stack, pancake supplements? And everyone was going yes in the chat. That was amazing to see. Hello Pradeep. Zoloev versus Gasparini. Zoloev versus Gasparini. Right now I would favor, yes, Dimitri looked like a beast and he could beat. I won't be surprised at all if he beats Gasparini. But I would still have to favor Gasparini in that match. Great matchup. Sasho versus Hutchings. Hutchings is way too big for Sasho Andreev. Hutchings is at least 15 kilos heavier than Sasho. So I don't think it is a good match. Where's RVJ been? He does not upload anymore. I don't know, man. Donuts business maybe. Justin Kearns. Rishi Panchal. Denis versus Devon left-handed rematch. We are going to talk about that. So let's get to that match. Let's first clear John Brzenk's matches. Okay, we discussed John Brzenk versus Denis. Second match, John versus Voevoda. I know this match is not going to happen right now, and Voevoda is all vegan, and Tim Bresen was saying that he was eating cheese and stuff. So in 2015-16, and even then he was claiming to be vegan. So we don't know that for sure. So what do you think about John versus Voevoda right now? If Voevoda gets 5-6 months to train, who is going to win that match? Just try to keep the chat to the matches that we are discussing, because when people watch it afterwards, after the stream has ended, it is going to be interesting for them if we keep the discussion and the chat in line. John would murder Voevoda now. Yes, but though I too think so. John versus Voevoda. John easy. Even if he trains, get on the pancakes and everything. I think Chaffee is ranked number 3 North America, and Vrez beat him. So in reality, Vrez is top 3 North America. No. I don't think Chaffee is number 3 left-handed. North America, if you're talking about Devon, Ryan SP is there, Cody Merritt is there. No, Dave Chaffee is not 3. Dave Chaffee is not 3. John versus Voevoda. John easy. Oh, okay, so everyone is agreeing that John Brzenk right now will beat Voevoda, and I'm assuming irrespective of his training, his vegan lifestyle, and his PD intake. Even if he does everything, I think people are saying that John is going to beat Voevoda right now. So John Brzenk versus Larry Wheels left-handed. Who do you think is going to win this match? I would favor John very slightly in that match. Not by a huge margin, just because of experience. And maybe in 1 year, Larry would easily beat him. So please mention John Brzenk versus Larry Wheels left-handed super match. Who is going to win? I'm enjoying this conversation, this idea of live stream tonight for me. Boring match, RVJ versus Engin. Why? Hello Pradeep, I cannot read that name. Salai versus Sasho, Hutchings read that. Terzi versus Plemen Dimitrov. Yes. If Denis come back to his peak form, he would crush Levan. Justin, that is a very bold statement. Babayev, Prudnik, Sasho, Lachlan in a hook war. That Prudnik, Lachlan, I don't think they belong in the same category of level I'm talking about, not weight category. Babayev, Sasho, yeah, that is interesting. Prudnik, I think, is way above all of these guys. Oleg versus Devon rematch. That match was interesting in 2018, and if you remember correctly, Oleg did challenge Devon Larratt in 2018 for $10,000 for a left-handed rematch, and he was very confident that he's going to beat Devon this time, and he had every reason to believe so. So I think this was before the Denis versus Devon match. Oleg challenged him for $10,000. And if you go back to 2013, when they had their first left-handed super match, it was after Oleg Zok had already won 3 weight categories and Devon was fresh. I know Oleg just went through everyone like this, but still you grip up, sometimes you slip, so it takes something out of you. And after those 3, he still pinned Devon Larratt in first round. It was a coincidental elbow foul, but he still pinned him. Like, I would say that even if his elbow stayed there, he could have pinned Devon in that one round. Of course, Devon had to win that match. Devon was going to win that match. But it was after Oleg had won 3 weight categories. And how old was he back then? 21, 22, 23 maybe? So he was definitely peaking. At that time, Andrei Pushkar was just crushing. Like guys like Pushkar and Oleg had nothing for them at that time. And when 2018 came, Oleg started to beat Pushkar constantly. So clearly he gained a lot in those 5 years. And it was clear he gained weight as well. And he was matured in age, arm wrestling strength, everything. So I think he was the favorite against Devon Larratt in 2018 if that left-handed match had to happen. And Devon also had surgery in 2016. So I think Oleg Zok could also have beaten Devon in 2018 if Devon accepted that $10,000 bet super match. John. So, okay, everyone is saying that John Brzenk will beat Larry Wheels left-handed, okay? John versus Larry left would be amazing. I think John would win at the end because Larry doesn't have any stamina. Good point. So, Andres say this versus John Brzenk. That is interesting. Now, that is interesting. John versus Khalid left. Khalid also does not have a very strong left arm. I think John will beat him. Say this, John versus Dave. Oh, no, Dave Chaffee will beat John. That is not a match to make at John Brzenk's 57-year-old form. Prudnik is daddy. Prudnik, yeah. I think he has a daughter or a son. Dave is probably too much for John right now. Khalid versus a schoolboy is cool. Schoolboy, maybe he wanted to accept, but I think Russians are still not allowed to travel. So I think this is why we did not see a reply to Khalid's challenge by Schoolboy. John, he to experience, okay. Irakli versus Schoolboy. Good match. Jerry versus Rivaz is way better. Is better than Gennady versus Jerry. Let's see. Arm wrestling fan, moderator. Dan is saying Jerry versus Hermes will be interesting to see. Jerry versus Hermes. I would favor Hermes in that match. But yes, styles are good. The problem for Jerry in that match would be Hermes does not lose when he has taken somebody's hand. His entire arm suddenly becomes 2x stronger when he has taken your hand. Hi Pradeep, just joined in. Richie is a member of the channel. Please, if you want to support the channel financially, you can also become a member here. Thank you very much in advance. Irfan is saying, do you think John could beat Zoloev or Kochek? Jordan Zoloev, John Brzenk. Based on how Todd Hutchings made him look really weak, maybe yes. Ogzen, Kochek, man, difficult to say. Maybe I don't know how heavy Kochek is. I don't know his weight, but I've seen him compete. Everybody was talking about Kochek versus Todd Hutchings. That match did not happen. I cannot comment on that match without getting to know how much Oguzhan weighs. Jerry overrated Cadrak. John Brzenk versus Gennady. Larry Wheels versus Arm Wrestling News. Dennis is overhyped. Dennis strong hand left. Okay. Dennis has been juicing for 30 years. Dennis is on, okay. The nostalgic matches don't make up much sense. We want to see John go up against current top guys. John Brzenk versus Gennady. No, man, no. Java diving. I don't know what you're thinking. But John Brzenk, this is not the 40-year-old John Brzenk. Can you tell us again why? What is the theme of the stream today? So we are discussing dream matches. You can also suggest your dream matches that are possible to happen right now. And by dream matches in this stream, I do not mean prime this versus prime that. We are talking about the athletes that are in their current condition right now. Like the main match was John Brzenk versus Denis Tsyplenkov as they are right now. Maybe you can introduce a weight cap, but you cannot compare the prime form of anyone. The exact form that they are right now and maybe can be 6 months from now. So this is the theme. Again, I'm going to mention the matches that I would like to see. John Brzenk versus Denis, John versus Voevoda, and I don't want to see John versus Voevoda because unless Voevoda decides to completely juice up again, I don't think it is going to matter. John versus Larry Wheels left-handed, John versus Michael Todd left-handed, Devon versus Dennis left-handed rematch, RVJ versus Engin Terzi with a weight cap, RVJ versus Sasho rematch if RVJ prepares well for this match, Engin versus Zoloev. These are the matches that I can think of. Maybe some matches for Alan Zoloev. Alan is a beast at 75 kilos. Maybe he can take on the top guys in North America, 90-95 kilo guys at least. Stacks. LOL. Why is everyone saying LOL? What did I say? You can't know. Haha, Pradeep. I don't know what I said. If John practices trash talk, he might be able to beat Chafee. That is a funny comment from Edgar Elliman. Wads. We need a rematch with Voevoda and Brzenk. That would be great, right? Why John Brzenk does not appear in rankings? So I think he's ranked in 242 weight class. Is RVJ no longer competing? Yes, I have not seen him compete or post about it. He pulled out of the Ryan Bowen super match. So talking about the GOAT, Ryan Bowen, I made a post on my channel few hours ago and there are already over 1000 votes, 990 votes. So the post was about who would you like to see Engin Terzi go against at King of the Table 5. Khadzimurat Zoloev, RVJ, Ryan Bowen, other. I will mention in the comments. So this was the fourth option. And Zoloev got 18%. These are 1000 votes roughly. RVJ got 18%. Same. Ryan Bowen got 60%. There you have it. The GOAT, Ryan Bowen. And others. Let's see what people are mentioning in the others. Who they want to see. Plyman, Clerks 93 just mentioned. If not Zoloev, then Bojidar. Engin was trying to get that match. I don't want to see him compete. IH. Jeff Hale. I don't know how Jeff Hale can give a match to Engin Terzi, but it is mentioned in the comments. Yanis Omolins. Yanis is 77 kilos. Engin is heavier. Ron Bath. Ron Bath is much bigger. Tim Bresnan or Vitali. Nicolas Pivetta. Bro, I don't know what you're thinking, but Engin Terzi versus Tim Bresnan or Vitali. That is a crazy comment. I want to see Natty on the table, man. I don't know. Daniel Prokopchuk, Bojidar against you, Pradeep, and your big mouth. Martin. Interesting comment from Martin. I want him to rip Ryan's arm off. So these are the matches. Danny Tesh, not Dennis. Zoloev, Yanis, Coach Ray. No, Coach Ray is not in Engin's league. Maybe Ryan isn't either, but at least Ryan is weighing 93-94 kilos. Coach Ray is lighter as well. So let's get back to the chat. Sab the B in the house. RVJ claimed he would beat John in his prime if it was a natural match. Do you agree? I definitely don't. So if we believe John, which I think we should, he said he was natural till his 40s, till he turned about 40. So he already beat everyone in a natural state. So I don't think it matters. John already beat everyone. If John was telling the truth that he was natural till his 40s, till his early 40s, and then he started getting on the pancakes, then he had already defeated everyone. So there you have it. There is the answer. Our $10 super chat, and it is Richie once again. Man, what do you do for a living, Richie? You're really rich. I believe we need more lightweight super matches. We need to really emphasize weight caps and figure out who are the Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao of arm wrestling. Okay, we need more lightweight super matches. Yes, and I would say this is I got somewhat disappointed because Engin Terzi was always mentioning about the lightweights. Lightweights are also great. They are better technical arm wrestlers. He was always saying that. And right now, let's see what is happening. Engin is also focusing mainly on the heavyweights and super heavyweights. How many lightweight matches were there at the last East versus West event? I think none. This time, Bojidar versus Daniel Prokopchuk has one match, and Alizan Muratov, it is going to be the next one. This time there are two lightweight matches. Bojidar is also going to have a match. So two lightweight matches. So even Engin, who talked so highly, still talks so highly about lightweights, he also isn't putting many lightweight matches on his card. Why? Because maybe, just maybe, they are not that much interesting yet. And the lightweights, they will have to prove themselves that they can also draw the numbers, draw the attention, interest of the people. And yes, Engin Terzi can help them. And I believe Engin is the only guy who is going to help them. You're not going to see a lightweight compete in King of the Table. You're just not going to see that because they are having 3-4 super matches, and I don't think there is space for a lightweight there. So if it were not for Engin Terzi, lightweights would have to prove themselves without getting a larger platform, and I don't know how they are going to do that. So I think Engin is their only hope. They need to do something out of the box other than just going there and compete and win or lose. I think they need to do something more than that to create hype around that lightweight category, and Engin is definitely giving them a great opportunity. Thank you, Richie, again for a super chat. Christopher, John and Michael Todd, just your thoughts where you rank the monster stands. I think Michael Todd would beat John Brzenk because we have seen John Brzenk struggle with the flop press. Yes, he did that against Michael Todd in 2014 UL, I think, but Michael was tired in that match. He had a 2-minute match with Jerry before that. He struggled with Yoshinobu Kanai. He was not able to press through his King's move in 2016, so I think Yoshi beat John Brzenk 3-0 in that super match. And in the practice as well, he took Michael's hand, but he was not able to finish. And same thing with Devon as well. He got in a good position. So I think I can see John Brzenk struggling to finish the King's move. I would rank him definitely lower than Michael Todd. Yes, my mistake, best of all time, Andres is saying. Bowen versus Levan should be amazing to see. Okay. Andre, please tell me which ad you saw this time. Hermes versus Larratt. That is one of the dream matches. How can I forget? Because Devon also mentioned that match is inevitable. It will happen after the Levan match. It makes more sense if Devon loses. If Devon wins this match, Devon said he would have a rematch against Levan and not immediately other matches because he believes Levan would still be number 2 in the world. Todd Hutchings versus Denis. Right, nope. Rishi, I think Denis would maybe still beat Todd Hutchings. But I'm not so sure. I think that is a great match. Because people who are beating Denis in practice pulls, Denis seems to have no cup right now. Like everyone is compromising Denis Tsyplenkov's cup. Denis is always arm wrestling like this. And he's holding there, waiting for people to bleed, to gas out, and then bring them back and pinning. I'm talking about practice pulls. Denis does not seem to have any cup left or right-handed. And Todd Hutchings is not going to target that. Todd Hutchings is going to go in a hook. And Denis has a King's move as well. I would say Denis will still beat him. Corey Miller versus Crazy George, Jung Won Lee. That is interesting. Corey is really fast. Maybe Corey Miller will flash pin. Even now, I think Corey will struggle if Crazy George stops him, but I think Corey is way too fast. High hookers competing in East versus West. Andreas. John versus Hutchings. Lachlan Sonev. Lilia versus Hermes. What a dream match would be. Arsen Lilia versus Hermes. I think Hermes will be difficult for Arsen to control, especially in 6 rounds. Akash Kumar versus Reno Masick. I don't know who Reno Masick is, brother. Pradeep versus Sarah Backman. Man, I need to train a lot for that match. Like, to beat Sarah Backman, I assume I would need at least 4 years of 3-4 years of hard training. Ryan the YouTuber Bowen. Oleg Sherkasov. Rip Pushkar. John was natural until 2010-11. Nope. No. He said in his early, when he was 40, 41, 42, then he got on pancakes or TRT. Richie Rich. Lilia versus Hermes. Enes Hermes. Modi versus Putin right-handed. Modi would lose in that match, I think. Michael Todd versus Wagner would be awesome left-handed. So Wagner already, like, that match was not close. Wagner was about to break the table. He defeated Michael very, very convincingly. In 2018, I think that match was, or 19 maybe. Weight caps also help in some way to control all the crazy juicing. Yes. Hermes, but then that guy would just move up to the next category maybe. Hello Pradeep, good evening. Chinmay Das, good evening. Siba, Lagya is a casual. Sherkasov, what is a casual? Sherkasov versus Yanis when the ban is gone. I don't think Yanis has anything for Oleg Sherkasov at this moment, although Yanis is heavier, about 5 kilos heavier, but I still think in a super match format Oleg Sherkasov will beat Yanis. Hutchings versus Jerry rematch, but that would still be it would be a good match, long match. Bone Lock, Harsh Chaudhary, yes, maybe you're talking about Dennis. Hutchings versus Zoloev 2, I think Todd takes him this time. Yes, they are 1-1. Todd won in 2012 and Zoloev won in 2021. Maybe that can be a decider. Pradeep, any idea on the exact economics math used on arm bet staking? Nope, but I can tell you roughly how much money you're going to get. So if you put $100 on someone, and I'm talking if you're outside of United States, because then they are going to charge extra 7-8% fees. They say it is 5%, but it ends up being 8-9%. I don't know why. So after everything, you put in $100. For that, you have to put $108. And when you put up $108, you are going to get back hardly $136 if your guy wins. So bad idea. Any idea on the exact economics? Bad idea. I say let Dennis rest and enjoy his life outside of sports. Okay, Stacks. Tim Bresnan versus Schoolboy just for the age gap. Yeah, as time passes, that match could be interesting. Kim Kardashian versus Pamela Dream match. In what? Rahul Panikar versus Dipankar. Yes, Rahul already defeated him. I'm talking India. Maybe I think he will beat him again. Chan Shaw versus Lachlan. Good match. I think it is a good match. Chan Shaw versus Lachlan. Definitely a great match. Imran Zakir. Dennis doesn't need to take high level matches. He can pull arm wrestlers lower. Yes. John we are talking about. I don't think John is a high level match for Dennis. I think it is a perfect match right now. Very competitive without heavy preparation. And left-handed, I would like to see him go against Devon once again. Dream match Pradeep versus Isa. Francisco Rizzi. Rustam Babai versus John Brzenk. I think Rustam would beat John right now comfortably. Unless John is stronger than what he used to be in 2008-9. Because even then Rustam was sometimes pinning John Brzenk and had kind of an equal record against John. Maybe John forgot, but he said that he thinks that Rustam over his career has more wins on him than what he has over Rustam. I'm assuming they were kind of equal. So I don't think it is going to be a good match for John right now. Suman Dennis all day, not even close. Man, even though I enabled the subscriber only, still so many chat. I'm really happy and kind of sad as well that I cannot keep up with all the chats. I would love to see Gennady versus Devon just because Gennady knows how to beat King's move and has a lot of stamina. I think Devon should win in that match. Yeah, I will be there in King of the Table 5. Denis Tsyplenkov is confirming. Jerry Caderet versus Dave Chafee. Dave all day. Dave always beats Jerry very easily. 2006 John might handle Rustam. So they had many matches around that time, and yes, John beat him, but he also pinned John many times, I think. Any thoughts about Sabin Bedulescu versus Levan rematch? Levan, Arif versus Rivaz. So I think we have discussed all of the matches. Maybe I'll go for 5 more minutes. I'll end this live stream at about 40-minute time. So Sagar Shrivastava, welcome brother. Thank you for supporting. Andre 19, Chris Gobby against who? Has Tsyplenkov announced a return many times, and he has said that no, not yet, many times. After Levan versus Devon. Okay, I would love to see Gennady versus Devon. Read that. Let me read some of the chats that I may have missed earlier. Rematch Pradeep Isa, read that. All of Russia has been banned in the Olympics due to their PEDs before Joseph. Yes. I saw that documentary. No, I think it was recent as well. Yes, Sagar Srivastava. Pradeep, you recently made a video clarifying that you always favor the non-underdog in a match. Yes, true. But what if your most favorite arm wrestler is contesting in a match as an underdog? So, my favorite arm wrestlers keep on changing. They keep on changing. Like, I wanted Todd Hutchings to crush Irakli, but Prudnik is my favorite. So usually the guy who I think is the favorite to win ends up being my favorite as well. So if I think Prudnik is going to beat Todd Hutchings, Prudnik immediately becomes my favorite arm wrestler. And Hermes Gasparini is someone that I would say always going to be my favorite. So that is a great question. So if Hermes goes up against Devon, I'm not sure who I would like to see in that match, because for me there is no clear winner in that match. It could be close. Interesting question. I need to think about it. Stax is saying, I want to see Wagner again, even if he doesn't deserve, just because of his personality. He's so whack. I love it. Alpha was an alcoholic, did all the alpha things, and then gave it up, struggled, and won over. Who Alpha? Always, thank you, sir. Really enjoy your channel. Christopher Pullen, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Always tells me I understand when I suggest him a match. Clugs 93. Who? What did he say? I understand. I don't know what you're talking about here. Pradeep, your prime bicep measurement. Prime is about to come. Maybe 15. Maximum I could have got with a great pump. 15. Right now, I don't know how much it is, because I haven't lifted anything in about a year. Maybe 14 and a half right now. Could be 15. I don't know. Engin, okay, I understand. Yes. Engin always says that. Whenever I send any message to Engin Terzi on WhatsApp as well, Engin writes, I understand. I did. What's Engin? I'm quite sure whenever Engin takes his finger even near to that I button, that Google keyboard immediately says, I understand. Legacy match, Taras Evakin versus John Brzenk. Right now, Taras is like, he looks very weak, very lean, and very old also. Right, like we're talking about what athletes can achieve right now, Brendan. Taras cannot achieve anything right now. I did once, he never replied. Okay. Zaranov versus John. Zaranov lost 2. There are two Zaranov, I think. Georgy Zaranov, yes, 1. He lost to Artem Morozov comfortably, easily, I would say. John Brzenk, good match, can be a good match. Man, from what I've heard about Zaranov, I would say maybe he should be the favorite against John. But if we look at that match against Artem Morozov, it was in 2020, I think. LOL. What LOL? Hulk. Okay, I understand. Careful, Engin may be lurking around here too, breathing fire. Stack. Engin is like, we haven't seen Engin in his young age, in his prime. Like how angry, how mad he must have been at that time. Like it would have been really, really amazing to see that version of Engin. Andre 19 Stacks. So I think it is about 50 minutes. Thank you very much for joining, guys. I'm Pradeep. If you're watching this channel for the first time, please subscribe. Arm Wrestling News won't disappoint you. Hit the like button, share this live stream if you can, and please mention the dream matches that you would like to see one more time in the comments. Bye bye. Thank you.